The laughter hit first, sharp, male, careless. I stood at the edge of the dining room, birthday candles melting into wax puddles, my name still half sung in the air. My husband's hand rested on my shoulder, not tender, not loving, possessive, performative. He slid the envelope across the table like a magician revealing a trick. "Open it," he said, grinning. His friends leaned in, phones already out, anticipation thick as smoke. I didn't smile. Paper whispered as I pulled it free. Divorce papers, real ones, signed on his end, dated, prepared. The room exploded with laughter. Someone clapped, someone whistled. My husband bowed slightly, enjoying himself. "Best birthday gift ever," he said. "Freedom!" I felt something inside me go very still. Before I could speak, someone leaned close, too close. His cousin, tall, immaculate, watching me the way men watch exits. He lowered his voice so only I could hear. "Sign them," he whispered. A pause. "Then I'll finally get my chance with you." I looked at the papers again. Then I signed. No hesitation, no shaking hand. That was the moment everything shifted, and none of them noticed. I had suspected long before the candles were lit. Suspicion doesn't arrive loudly, it seeps. Small inconsistencies, glances that linger too long, jokes that land wrong. My husband had been preparing his exit for months, suddenly distant, suddenly generous in public, cruel in private. He liked audiences when he hurt me. It made him feel justified. The cousin had always been there, too helpful, too present. Family gatherings where his eyes followed me instead of the conversation. Late-night messages disguised as concern. "If he hurts you, you deserve better." I never responded. I didn't need to. Because betrayal announces itself in patterns, and patterns can be traced. The divorce papers weren't the betrayal. They were the reveal, the performance. The real betrayal was how planned it all was. The jokes, the timing, the witnesses. He wanted me humiliated, small, reactive. He wanted me to beg. I didn't give him that. What he didn't know, what none of them knew, was that I had already begun detaching weeks earlier. Quietly, methodically. I had noticed the financial shifts, the new account, the late transfers, his lawyer's number saved under a false name. I had noticed the cousin's car outside our house on nights my husband worked late. I had noticed everything, and I waited, because patience is a weapon when wielded correctly. I became invisible after that night. Not gone, just quiet. I moved through the house like a guest, polite, distant, observant. I didn't confront, I collected. Phone records, shared calendars, deleted messages recovered from backups he didn't know existed, screenshots, time-stamped, archived, labeled. I listened. Men are careless when they believe the game is already won. The cousin bragged to a friend about finally getting access. My husband joked about trading up. They didn't even bother lowering their voices. I watched my husband pack with excitement disguised as relief. I watched him rehearse the story he would tell people about how I had grown cold. I played my role. I signed everything without protest. I let them think I was broken. Inside, something was sharpening, because the truth wasn't just infidelity, it was collusion. They had planned this together, months of whispers, promises, shared fantasies. The divorce wasn't an ending, it was a handoff, and that mattered legally, very much. The evidence arrived on a Tuesday. Digital records, messages, photos sent between them before the papers were ever drafted. Proof of an affair during the marriage, proof of financial manipulation, proof of conspiracy. I printed everything, calmly. I asked my husband to meet me to talk things through. Neutral location, public enough to keep him polite. He arrived confident, relaxed, smug. I slid the folder across the table. "Before you finalize anything," I said, "you should see this." He laughed, until he opened it. The color drained from his face page by page. I watched his mouth open, close. "I can explain," he said. I nodded. "I know." That unnerved him more than anger ever could. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cry. I simply asked one question. "How long were you planning to hand me over to him?" Silence. That was my answer. When he reached for my hand, I pulled back, not abruptly, deliberately. "I'm filing my own terms," I said, "based on fraud." He stared at me like he was seeing a stranger. In a way, he was. The confrontation wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. I sent the evidence to his parents, to the cousin's wife, to the firm that employed them both. Facts only, no commentary. Truth doesn't need decoration. The fallout was immediate. Careers stalled, reputations cracked, family lines redrawn. The cousin tried to contact me. Messages, calls, apologies dressed as affection. I blocked him without reading. My ex begged, said it was a joke, said he never meant for it to go that far, said he missed me. I listened once. Then I said, "You gave me the gift you deserved," and I walked away. Now my birthday comes quietly. No candles, no witnesses, just clarity. I didn't win him back. I didn't need to. I watched him lose everything he thought he controlled, and I learned something vital in the process. The moment they think you're powerless is the moment you're most dangerous. I signed the papers, but I authored the ending. And that was the real gift.